Well, folks, the elections are behind us, and here in Wyoming, gun voters sent a message in 2022. But what's on tap in our fight to expand gun rights even further as we approach the upcoming session? Stay tuned, guys. You're going to want to watch this video. Hi, guys. Aaron Dorr here with Wyoming Gun Owners. By any measure, 2022 was an excellent year for gun voters here in Wyoming because we finally dealt with the Liz Cheney problem. She's gone, message sent. The question you're asking us now is, what's next in our fight for gun rights? Guys, we have a busy session coming up, and it starts very quickly. Number one, we need to deal with the red flag gun seizure problem. Here's the background. Everyone knows that Joe Biden lost control of the House in the elections this year. Yeah, a lot of RINOs in there. We may still have problems if there's a mass shooting somewhere in America next year, but the days of Joe Biden just ramming gun control through the House, those days are over, and Joe Biden knows that. So he's turning to his old tried and true practice of trying to bribe the states into passing his agenda. In this case, when it comes to gun control, Joe Biden earlier this year passed a major gun control bill that gave him $750 million, almost $1 billion, to pass red flag gun seizures at the state level. And the way the program works is they can outright bribe the states that pass their bill. That means that if Wyoming passes red flag laws next session, we may see a check from Joe Biden to the state of Wyoming for $10 million, $30 million, $50 million, because their goal is very simple. They have to get one red state to move red flag gun seizures. That's going to be a domino effect they hope to replicate all across America. So we got two choices here, two ways to approach this. Number one, sit back and wait and see what happens and attack any bills that pass red flag laws going forward. Or number two, go on the offense and ban red flag laws here in Wyoming altogether. I would like to think that a red flag gun seizure law is dead on arrival here in Wyoming, no matter what. After all, WIGO members have crucified fixed NICS laws in the past, kind of a red flag light bill, and you've crucified the careers of RINOs who were pushing them here in Wyoming. But we all know that we have more RINOs in the House and Senate today than we have ever had here in Wyoming politics. It is an epidemic. And if we have a mass shooting in America next session, and if the DOJ is waving a check for $30, $40, $50 million in the face of the state of Wyoming, I don't put anything past these people, not one little bit. So our bill would go, again, on offense, and it would ban red flag laws here in Wyoming, period. More than that, though, it would ban the use of federal dollars to enforce red flag laws here in Wyoming. And more than that, we presume that there's going to be jurisdictions, say Cheyenne PD, for example, who would violate this law unless there are teeth in it. And so our bill also will have civil penalties built into the law. And so an impacted gun owner in Cheyenne whose rights have been impacted by a federal funded gun seizure task force could sue that department and the city of Cheyenne in civil court for damages. This is the new trend all across America right now. You have individual cities or individual counties who are flaunting the authority of the state legislature, saying, you know what, we don't care. They're funded by Bloomberg. They're funded by Soros, by some think tank, and they're willing to roll the dice. So we have got to have civil penalties built into this law to give you, the gun owners, direct control over protecting your gun rights against a rogue city council or a rogue police department. That is what the bill would do. It is a phenomenal legislation attempt to stop red flags in the state once and for all and put real teeth into the law. That's goal number one. But goal number two is equally as important. We must finish our federal lawsuit against the state of Wyoming. Here's the backstory, as you guys, in case you forgot. In 2020, WIGO members gutted RINOs all up and down the ballot. It was a phenomenal election night. You repeated that in many key races again in 2022. And all the RINOs in Cheyenne know if they let WIGO continue to operate this way, they're going to see their ranks decimated one election after the next. And so they filed a bogus complaint against WIGO. You guys all know this. And Ed Buchanan, our outgoing Secretary of State, his demands were pretty simple. Pay a fine or surrender the names of your donors. And we told Buchanan to go to hell. We paid his First Amendment tax, and then we turned around and sued him the very next day in federal court. And as you guys know, the federal court judge in Casper in February ruled that we were correct, that Wyoming's campaign finance law is blatantly unconstitutional, but he limited that decision to WIGO. So we are immune from this law, and we're very happy about that victory, but nobody else here in Wyoming is. And honestly, we were debating appealing our own victory to try to get a larger victory for everybody else in Wyoming, but it's hard to appeal a win, right? Thankfully, Ed Buchanan's arrogance and that of Bridget Hill, our AG, is boundless. And they appealed their defeat, giving us a chance to go back into court and do this again. And so early next year, we're going to be before the full 10th Circuit Court of Appeals in Denver, asking them to grant the same victory, but with a much broader relief. In fact, there is a chance that circuit court might invalidate and throw out the entire campaign finance law in question here in Wyoming. And guys, if we win that fight, it is open season on the records and careers of anti-gun rhinos here in Wyoming. We must continue to finish that fight. That is goal number 2. So guys, as you can see, there's a lot riding on the upcoming session, and we need you guys to renew your memberships right away to help us do that. We're not funded by any other entity besides patriots in Wyoming who care about their freedom. All of our enemies have Bloomberg money, they've got Soros money, they've got think tank money. We're funded by patriots like you, people who know that if we lose our gun rights, we're never going to get them back. So guys, if you haven't yet done so, hit the link, renew your support right away, share our video, help everyone else you know who cares about freedom to get involved in this fight as well. And guys, we'll keep you informed. Take care. Have a great day.